So let's continue working with this. We need to generate this HTML with the possible answers that we have in this array, possible answers. So I'm gonna remove this at the moment, and we're gonna generate the HTML for possible answers. And if you remember, this possible answers is an array, so we're gonna create a for each inside this for each. So we're gonna use possible answers dot for each, and we're gonna pass answer right here. And this is going to be an arrow function. So first we need to create a div that is going to wrap all the different answers, the possible answers. So let me create this right here. We're gonna create a new const answer div is going to be equals to document.createElement, and it's going to be a div. So we're gonna add div right here, and then we're gonna add some classes, some Bootstrap classes. So we're gonna add answers div dot class list dot add, and we're gonna add some classes. We're gonna add questions right here. This is a class that I added here on the style.css. You can see we have questions right here. Then we're gonna add row, which is a Bootstrap class. Then we're gonna add justify content around, which is again a Bootstrap class with the new Flexbox grid. And finally a margin top of 4, so we have some separation between the question and the possible answers. So let's continue working with this. We're gonna loop into the possible questions. So let me add const answer HTML. And again, we're gonna use document.createElement. And this is going to be an li. Then we're gonna add some classes. So we're gonna use answer HTML class list.add. And we're gonna use col12 for the smaller devices and colMD5 for medium and large devices. So if you console log, let me console log the answer so you can see the values that are passing right here. Let me open this. You can see we have the possible question right here. So this is going to be part of the text that is going to be inside the HTML. So let me remove this, and we're gonna add answer HTML dot text content, and we're gonna pass the answer. So basically it's going to inject the code that we have here into the HTML. And finally we're gonna add answers div, which is the div that we created right here. We're gonna add this. We're gonna use append child, and we're gonna add the answer HTML. So answers div is going to be the wrapper, the main wrapper for all the questions, and answer HTML is going to be the HTML for each specific question. You can see here they are li, and they contain this code. So right after this we need to add the question HTML, this one right here. This one is the main wrapper, is right here. So we need to add, we need to use question HTML, and we're gonna use append child, and we're gonna add the answers div. So let me add a parenthesis, and let me add the answers div. So this answer div is going to wrap only the li element and also the text for the question, the possible question. And this question HTML is going to wrap all the questions. So finally, there is something that needs to be done, is render this in the HTML. So if you remember, we added here on the HTML this div with ID app. So we're gonna select this, and we're gonna use document.querySelector, and we're gonna select the app, and we're gonna use append child again, and we're gonna add the question HTML, which is going to contain all the possible answers at the moment. So save this and open the project, and now you can see we have 4 different answers. So we need to display also the question in this case, and this is going to be done right here inside the for each for the question. So right here I'm going to add the HTML for the question, for the current question, and you can see here I have this question HTML. So let me copy this, and I'm gonna add question HTML, and I'm gonna use inner HTML, and we're gonna use a template string. So this is going to be equals to, and we're gonna add the quotes for the template string, and I'm gonna add an h2. So we're gonna add h2 in a class of text center. So this is a Bootstrap class that is going to center the text. And also I'm going to add the $sign, and I'm going to add the braces, question, and a dot. And I think we need to console log the question in order to see this. So let me console log the question so you can see the value. Let me cut this because it's going to trigger an error. So let me save this. We have the question right here, and you can see we have the question right here, and it's going to be like this. So basically it's going to be question.question. Let me indent the code just a little and save this. And now you can see we have the question here on the top, and we have the different or the possible answers also. So you can see that in the finished project we also have this category, and we have this score right here on the left, on the right. So basically I'm gonna add some code right here. Let me add a div with the class row, and also justify content between. This is going to add some content on the left and the other content on the right. And I'm gonna add a new class also that is called heading. And let me close the div. So close the div before the h2. And we're gonna add a paragraph, which is going to have a class that is called category. And we're gonna add category right here, and we're gonna inject the category. So if you take a look here on the console, let me click here, you can see we have category. So let me copy this, and paste this right here. Let me add a closing paragraph. So in this case, it's going to be question.category. And you can save this. This is going to be the code, so you can save this. And now you can see we have category, and we have the category right here. So in the next video, we're going to continue building this project. You can see, for example, if you reload this, you can see we can select the different questions. I'm going to show you how this is done, because at the moment we don't have that in this project. So we're going to see how this is done in the next video.